Are you shitting me? Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Beautiful. He likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas that Texas never knew. Well, there's a blue dot family in the USA. And all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
How y'all doing, people? It is Sunday, baby. It's time for a Blue Dot family meeting. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody is here. I want to call out those who jumped in first. Of course, it's showtime, baby. It's showtime. It's 5:40. That's close enough. Showtime, baby. Jumped in first, followed by Mega Wet Willie, Joy Peters, Inga, Carl, Stephanie Dean. I mean, Jay Clayton's in there somewhere, I'm sure. Look through the flowers and shit, you'll find him. Oddly Wired is in there. Dorothy Tyndall, Teresa Diggum, Randy Peterson. Woo, pig. How you doing, buddy? And Adina Michael. We appreciate all y'all being there. Sarge Tech is here. Sarge Tech, I just read in the comments there, buddy. We all was wondering when it would touch this family, and it has indeed. Sarge Tech's brother in Seattle passed away. He was, I think, 58 years old? Yeah. 58 years old. He had COPD and contracted the COVID-19 disease. Buddy, we're so sorry to hear that, buddy, and the sympathy of this whole family goes out to you and your family. These are trying times for everybody. And that brings it home. And while he worries about his poll numbers, people die. While he concentrates on his ratings, people die. When he stands in front of the American people and seeks to shift blame to every living soul but him, people die. His incompetence in his role as the leader of the greatest democracy in the world is costing American lives. He is propped up by Republicans willing to let their constituents suffer so as to seek favor from their king. Never in our history have we suffered the follies of a fool so badly while he plots to rob the coffers of our nation. We will continue to endure the hardships of a world pandemic that will touch us all in one form or another. We will face what we must and hopefully soon be able to return to the life we had. The cost to nations will be difficult and hard to deal with their citizens' needs. But here, for the first time, we must deal with the greed within our house. The man who sits in our house and wishes to turn it into his kingdom has no concept of empathy, benevolent actions, or a desire to see us all as equals. He seeks to divide, willing to turn his loyalists against their neighbors for his glory, to decide who will gain and who will lose, what companies will get contracts and those who will not, based on his personal feelings towards them. Our country will continue to suffer tragedies outside our control, but the tragedy that is in our house can only be stopped by voting. It is the saving grace of our democracy, and it's totally in our hands. I ask you to remember during these trying times that we still have an obligation to stop the tragedy that is Trump. That's what I wrote today. I write sometimes just so I can get my feelings out, my concerns. And sometimes when I come on here and I start yelling and I start getting mad, I tend to lose the main picture, the big picture that I'm trying to convey, and that is that this virus that we're faced with is going to take many lives in this country, but the pain is going to be multiplied by the thief that's in our house, by the man who doesn't, a headline in the newspaper today, or the newspaper. The 2 months that were wasted. They're talking about January and February that were totally wasted while that idiot stood up there, made fun of it at his rallies, didn't give a shit, was more concerned with a rapidly growing market. His ignorance is going to cost many lives in this country. We're at over 1,000 today. They say it's going to get worse in the next coming days. On March 5th, there were 11 deaths in this country. Today's April 5th. Or 6th, whatever the fuck it is. Can't keep track no more. We have over 9,400. That's a month, baby. That's 1 month. How many of those suffered because of his ignorance? We couldn't have stopped it completely. But if actions had been taken sooner, if things had been planned, he was knowledgeable, he was briefed. But yet we sit here while state after state cries for ventilators or masks, personal protective equipment to protect the doctors and the nurses, the EMTs, those that are out there putting their life right on the line, baby, along with so many, our police, our mailman, our grocery clerks. Anyway, Jen, how are you, darling?
Well, pretty sad after your words.
Ah,
So it's very, very meaningful, John.
thank you.
Um,
I didn't mean to bring everybody down.
no, you didn't. You just brought reality back into it.
Well, Sarge Tech losing his brother, uh, that was the question that runs through this family's mind all the time, because we have grown a large family here. It is a very diverse, large, spread out geographically all across the nation and around the world. And I was concerned when we were going to find the first person that touched this family. And as far as I know, Sarge Tech's brother was the first one that I know of. But I know of others that have contracted it and seem to be doing all right. We can only hope for the best. Anyway, okay, it's enough of that shit. John I. Fly, what are you doing here? Who let you in here anyway? Did you let him in here?
I don't know.
He let you in here
They
again.
forget to lock the door.
Shit.
Yeah, he did.
I'm
He's
gonna
a good
change
guy.
the key.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I'll forgive him this time. How in the hell are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, despite the circumstances with this virus. I took my walk today. I thought, I'm not going to lock myself in the house. As long as I'm not around other people, then I have a mask I wear.
Yes.
But, I was really pissed off when I heard that when Navy Secretary fired that captain of the ship.
Captain Corser.
That guy was honorable. Yeah, that guy that was honorable, and everybody gave him such a send off. And I mean, are these people blind?
He's now contracted the COVID-19.
Yes, I heard that
He
positive.
tested
I hope he's all right.
There is a brave captain for his crew. There is a man who serves with honor and served for his crew. Not some politician, not some backdoor Secretary of Defense that was snuck in there because nobody else would take the job and everybody else that was worth a shit is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Just another ass kisser to Donnie. There be no mistake. Donald J. Trump had that captain removed from his command. And again, I say the United States Navy will never have a ship under that name. Never. It would soil the Navy's name. That name will go forever in history and Navy history as a piece of shit, draft dodging coward con man. And nothing more. Nothing.
And I'll tell you what, John, I says, if he doesn't pay for all this shit he's doing, something's wrong with our country somewhere. He needs to pay a big price when he's out of office. Trust me.
He needs to go with jail. He needs his ass in prison.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, where'd that bone squares go?
Oh, he left. But hey, you may want to catch up with
Alex D donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Thank you, kind sir, for always making me proud to be an American." So saith Alex D. Anybody, I appreciate that thought tremendously. I really do. It just thank you. Thank
You know, John, I'm thinking that there's a few latrines that the Navy could name after him.
I don't even think
I don't
the
know.
sailor
I
would
wouldn't
wanna
shit in a
piss on
latrine with his name on it.
man.
I'd be afraid I'd catch
But
something.
it is maybe the only thing that the Navy might designate as being a Trump. It's the same thing as a shithole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, you could be. That's a great stress reliever, though. You think you're
Yeah, it is.
shitting right on.
Yeah. Shitting right on. What are you doing in there? Thinking real hard about our ex-president.
Taking the most ferocious dump in my life.
Sweepers, man your brooms. Sweep down fore and aft. All trash off the fantail.
Did you see that one time I posted it? I don't know if you ever saw it. They actually, I don't know where I got it off of, but they had a whole line of latrines, the urinals, and the one had Donald Trump's picture on it with his big lips sticking out and his tongue out. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
That's him to a T, but I wouldn't even want to go and piss in it. It would just make me. I'd be pee shy.
Yes, I have. I just searched. It just clicked
There
by
you
me.
go.
Now that visual just popped
That
in my
is-
head.
I would if I could.
I can tell you what it is right now. I already know, man. I'm way ahead of the curve on that.
Are you
That-
saying, man?
He wants civil unrest. Listen to me. He done pushed that defensive war shit, and he ain't did a fucking thing. Listen up. He done pushed that. You know what? He wants civil unrest.
Well,
So he could declare martial law and no fucking election. Listen to me, guys. This is what's going to happen.
This is an introduction to Sandman. Hey, man, you're on the air.
You're on the air, buddy. You just said that to everybody. Yeah, your concerns are everybody's concerns, Sam. Man, how you doing?
All right, John.
Good.
I didn't think I'd be pulled in.
We snatched you out of nowhere, buddy, mid-sentence, and that's where you were. So we just was quiet and let you just roll on, baby. Sam, man,
true.
Where are you from?
Louisiana.
Oh, shit, a coon ass. Oh, please. We done let a coon ass in this room? Well, welcome aboard, brother. I'm glad to have you. If you ain't noticed this last name, I have a little roots over there.
It don't
Ironically,
pronounce.
I was
It
talking
ain't.
to Sam.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
It ain't where I come from.
Yes, sir.
It's not pronounced champagne. It's pronounced champagne.
Champagne. Champagne. There you go, baby. Laissez les bons temps rouler, my friend. Yeah, I know a little French. I brag to my kids. I do.
Yeah.
I know a little French. That simple things like turn out the light. That in French, that's flip the switch.
Hey, John, how do you say fuck you in French?
Fuck you. That's how the French say.
That was very knowledgeable.
I think that's pretty well universally known,
I
no
can
matter
put a
where
little
you're
bit
at.
more effort into it. Maybe like a fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck it, you Trump. Yeah.
Fuck you.
I got to catch up here. Y'all are hitting me here. Let me back that up a little bit. There you go. No shit. Karen Van Wyk just donated $2 through Super Chat and said, God needs to give the White House an enema. Oh, Lord, get the shit out of that house. So saith Karen Van Wyck. Van Wyck. I said Wick again, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry, Karen. Jesus, my mouth. I can't control it, baby. Sometimes it's just dyslexic. Sarge Tech donated $5 again through Super Chat and said, I am glad to be part of this Blue Dot family. Thank you for all the condolences, love, and respect. Baby, right back at you, Sarge Tech. Our condolences to your whole family. And your misery is just starting, buddy. It is with the funeral things going on and everything. Our heart goes out to your family. Mega Wet Willie donated $5 through Super Chat and said, instead of a dump, take a Trump. So saith Mega Wet Willie. That's a good idea. Instead of taking a dump, you're taking a Trump. Mitch Goldstein donated $2 through Super Chat and said, deadly plague for President 2020. Yeah, deadly plague for 2020. It would be a better one than we got now.
I think it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Alex D donated another $5 through Super Chat and said, at what point in this crisis should our doctors and EMT deserve hazard pay? Yesterday.
And the day before that, and the day before that.
So saith Alex D. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, again, we're asking people to put their lives on the line, and I swear they are. They're not the wealthiest. Those people have, they own 90% of the stock market that we complain about all the time.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Did you see where the British Prime Minister is now in the hospital with coronavirus?
Well,
why the hell can't this happen to Trump?
Yeah, well,
that might be a nasty thing to say, but
God
why
in mysterious ways?
It's one of those things where it's like, again, we have to be careful with how we say that because, this is such a contagious disease, to wish it on someone else, even if someone we hate. There's other things you can wish upon them. I'd say free game to that, but when it comes to this very dangerous, dangerous time that we're living in, it's just something I have a hard time going. I would safely say out of anybody who deserves to have it, it seems like they don't have it. But at this point, the less people who get it,
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Well, I hope he runs out of toilet paper.
Oh, there you go.
Boy, that's generous, Jen.
How about if we say that Donald Trump is a disease on our country? Is that allowed?
Oh, well, yeah, no, of course. He
is.
He's worse than that.
He's worse. He is worse. That's
well,
what
I'm being kind.
There's not anybody that we could ask for that would be more incompetent, more just callous to what's going on in this nation than this guy. This is the cream of the crop for people that I just don't give a fuck about anybody. People, that's him.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
It's really hard to give a shit.
It's only him.
It's really hard to give a shit about someone's health and personal safety when they don't give a shit about your health and personal safety of yourself, your family, your friends and family, and so on and so forth.
Well, y'all need to be concerned because Trump says teenage son Barron isn't as happy as he could be as quarantine frustrates him at the White House.
Let's not bring Barron into it too much.
Fucking who?
Don't bring Barron.
Hey, it's in the news. I'm just saying in the fucking news.
I'm just saying he's a kid. He's underage. He ain't doing anybody no harm. Let's, focus our anger on the people who fucking matter.
Well, good. Here's another question. America's battling a pandemic. Why is Trump talking about war with Iran?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I worry about the shit that he's doing while we're all concerned about this because know he is.
Absolutely. Really quick, though, Sandman, every now and then, Discord likes to boot people randomly, so just keep coming back and I'll keep bringing you back in.
Yeah, if you magically find yourself out of the room, don't think it's because we kicked your ass out.
I wandered back.
No. Whereabouts in Louisiana are you?
Right outside of Baton Rouge.
Right outside Baton Rouge. Boy, howdy shit. I grew up a lot around Kenner. Then we moved over to Metairie. And then we moved over to Slidell. My grandparents, every summer we went to go see them in Jennings, Louisiana.
Oh, shit.
And, grew
I
up on
stayed,
Gumbo,
I lived,
baby. Yeah.
right. I stayed next to Exxon.
Oh,
My people
shit, yeah.
migrated it. I lived from over there at Exxon for 25 years
Boy, how
and
shit.
breed all that shit.
Oh, I was fixing to
that
say
they
you are
put
not in a
out,
healthy
man.
area, my friend. That is a very heavily cancer runs very highly
Yeah.
in that area.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
sir.
of the refineries. We're not too far away. You know, that's between here and downtown. I go through nothing but refineries. You know, they're all over the place. Excuse me, just a minute. Let me. Cascadian guy donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "So glad to have your voice online, brother." We appreciate that comment. Really, it makes me feel good. And then John Ifly donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Remember, in November, vote blue no matter who. Vote blue." Oh shit! I'm about
You
to knock
almost
over my
knocked over
freaking gong.
everything.
If
I
y'all
wanna
can
see
notice,
knock
by
it
the
over,
way,
John. Go ahead.
hanging on the gong here is my lost 10 beaver bucks. Remember, I was telling you I couldn't. You know, I was sitting here staring all around. I couldn't find that $10. We found it. It had fallen on the floor down over here. It was light, so it is. It's right there. My $10 beaver bucks. So, Canada, appreciate it very much, baby. We know
So
you're
your
in the
beaver
house.
is safe.
Your beaver is safe, right, Bill Jones?
Okay.
Tell him the beaver is safe.
Let's push the bill,
beaver's
John.
safe, buddy.
There you go, Bill Jones.
I want to see that fall over, John. Go ahead. Keep
How
it
you
up.
doing, John?
I'm doing fine, Bill. No, I don't want to mess my.
Good.
Diana Mallory gave me this, was kind enough, and I got my picture over here that leans up against it, and my other picture on the other side. I got my little crawfish down there. I got Donnie's ass right here where I can poke his ass.
Well,
And
fuck
I
him.
ain't playing. Anyway,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, fuck him. Did you say fuck him? Fuck Trump? Is that what you meant?
Fuck yeah.
I thought that's
Fuck
what you
him.
said. Boy, howdy shit. Some people on this show, I'm telling you, you just can't control it, man. It just flows
Hey,
out
we
of
all
them.
gotta,
It's
we
a-
gotta push.
Yeah,
we gotta push this issue
what,
with mail ballots from home.
that
You got to vote
This-
from your home.
this should be a nationwide thing. Every every eligible voter in this country should receive a ballot in the mail. You fill it out, turn it in, and guess what? Hey, a paper trail. My God, that's a unique idea. We ought to have that. That way we could count the
Novel
votes.
concept, yeah.
And
That sounds kind of smart, though. Wouldn't that kind of make us smart? You know what I mean? Like, can we handle
No,
that?
that would make a Republican shit.
that would make a Republican shit. That is, you are 100% right.
Yeah.
And that's who will fight that. Those are the people that will fight against any possibility of people voting that they can. They'll close polling places. They'll change the rules. They'll do whatever they can to reduce the roll, the roll on the voter roll. You know, that's who they are.
Sure,
How can you? How can
it would
you
sure
hate
cut down on the
somebody that much?
gerrymandering, that's for sure.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Well,
Yep.
what was that other story? He appointed he appointed one of Mitch McConnell's buddies who was deemed not
Yeah.
qualified to a very major appeals court seat. So yeah, they continue with trying to stack the courts, which is Mitch McConnell's plan all along. Ever since Obama came into office, no judges for Democrats. And then when the Republican gets in, and if it would have been any Republican, Mitch McConnell would have done this same shit. Mitch McConnell is as much responsible for the destruction of this country as Trump is. He's an anti-American, greedy puke of a man, in my personal opinion, who does nothing but like his master, suck the money out of this country, out of the coffers. They're parasites. That's all they do is suck money out of it.
You know, if people don't see that the Democrats are more in favor of helping the American people out, they'll never see it.
Well, you know,
You know what though? This here makes a good point. Everybody in this country deserves health care and should have.
there you go,
healthcare.
buddy.
And
Thank
it
you very
shouldn't
much.
I shouldn't be paying taxes for nothing.
There you go.
Right?
There you go. If nothing else in the world should point to the need for universal health care, it is this pandemic. It is this kind of a threat to our own society that mandates that no matter who you are, if you're sick, you can go to a doctor and get the medicine you need. If we had that kind of system where anybody, even the homeless, had a place to go, boom, I got to see a doctor, I don't feel good, boom, you got this, you're in the hospital. Insurance, don't worry about it. We're worried about your health. We're worried about our society. Because if we don't take care of the lowest among us, it doesn't matter about the richest asshole. You just die with the more money. What, your brat kid gives it more? What if he dies? You know, you can't just shovel it into a coffin with your ass.
It's funny you mention all this because I was going to tie this actually perfectly ties this in. I came across some tweets the other day that just kind of put it in the open because, you know, with all this going on, there's a lot to take in, and I've been more focused on just the health aspect of things. But someone on Twitter wrote this, and I'm going to read this tweet, and then I'm going to follow it up with a reply to that tweet.
Okay.
Suspect the sudden pressure to reopen the economy before we control the virus is a reaction to the realization that the economy as structured cannot survive a month, and the necessary restructuring will be in the direction of everything the GOP has fought against for decades. And then someone replied, the hoax of trickle-down economics has been exposed in broad daylight. Economies don't function from the top down. They never have and they never will. Wealth is always created from the bottom up. The 1% have gotten away with stealing the wealth from the masses for decades. Now they are caught.
As Will Rogers once said, if you give a poor man $1, it'll be in the rich man's pocket by the end of the day. Meaning that's what stimulates the economy. It's not some wealthy asshole who's got a major share in a corporation who's going to get an extra $2 million this year to stack up with the other $5 billion that he's already got. It ain't going to do him shit. It's not going to change his lifestyle. It's not going to buy him more groceries, put something, drive a car, whatever. It's not going to do that. He's already got all that shit.
You know, the other day, John, he said, he keeps saying it too. It's like, oh, well, America wasn't created to be put on hold and stuff like that. He says, we got to get our country open again.
We weren't created to become slaves either.
Yeah, well, I think he's just worried about his pocketbook and his rich buddies. That's it. He's not worried about America.
And yet the right would yell at you and scream, oh, these liberals, they want money for nothing. They just want to get more money. Kiss my ass. Look at what your boss is getting, you idiot.
Exactly.
Look at the disparity between what the man down at the floor that creates the product and the man in the head office up there, what the fuck he gets for just sitting around watching the other guy make all the damn product.
I mean, to be fair, we could have kept it, you know, the economy, if God forbid, you know, if we had, you know, got on top of this from the very beginning, maybe it'd be open.
Maybe we wouldn't have a tiger at the Bronx Zoo who is now tested positive for coronavirus. Are you shitting me?
Wait, what?
Yes. A tiger at the Bronx Zoo tested positive for coronavirus.
But I thought it was confirmed that animals can't contract it.
No, they're the ones that gave it, Travis.
Oh, son of a bitch.
They're the ones that transferred it to humans.
Maybe one of the trainers probably gave it to him, or some of the people in the zoo personnel, and that would mean maybe they don't know they're positive. See, this virus is dangerous.
It's airborne.
Yeah.
It's airborne. I'm telling y'all, it's airborne.
Yeah, well, the Mexican,
Korean dropping missiles over there, and Russia.
Hey, it wouldn't surprise me.
We get together. We drop missiles.
I read a story today. Martha Olivera sent me John, look at this story, and I did, and it was from the Department of Justice, and it was about the arrest of a Harvard professor of biology along with 2 Chinese officials in Wuhan, where China has a large facility, I think. Yeah, it's really, it doesn't say, oh, they had the coronavirus, this is where it came from. It just talks about biological, this one Chinese fella was caught at the airport trying to take biological samples and stuffed in a sock in his suitcase to China, and the gentleman from Harvard was passing information on to the Chinese. So it's a story that is going to be worth paying close attention to. It's a story that you hear so many conspiracy theories about, oh, this was a military operation, or this was a planned pandemic. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I'll take
almost
that.
like right now, how this started is less important than getting it stopped. But let there be no mistake, there is going to come a time of reckoning when information will, on its own, leak out. It's just natural history has shown us that, yeah, if
It
somebody
just
did something and somebody else knows about it, they're not the only one that knows about it. That
it,
information
And you
eventually.
know what? He'll be gone.
Well,
That guy be gone.
oh,
Just like he's doing all our government, that guy's be gone.
oh, hey, Sandman.
He'll be gone.
We,
Anybody that blows the whistle on him will be gone. We
uh,
already seen it.
Sandman,
Okay?
we're gonna have to pull you out and bring you back in.
Firing
You're breaking up, buddy.
everybody that knows him. Jump on him.
Bring him, yeah, put him up there. And let him
I'm gonna bring him back in here in just a
Yeah.
second. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on a roll there though. He's on a
Yeah.
roll.
I used to
Anyway,
talk like that when I come back from work when I worked a long day.
yeah, I don't
You're
know.
just slow motion.
Sandman.
There he is.
Yeah.
Okay, there
Okay,
you
there.
go.
No, you were just
Yeah.
glitching out a
You
little
were
bit. I had to
glitching
bring
out
you
there
in and
at
out.
the end. We had to take you out and then bring you back in.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
What?
He has destroyed America. He made a deal with Putin and Helsinki, and nobody seems to see that. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
I said it.
I mean, hey, he's destroying America. All this blood is on his hands. You know what? I hate to go back to it, but Obama protected us from any pandemic.
I'm telling you,
Okay?
I wish Obama was back yesterday, a year ago,
Yeah,
3
well,
years ago. If
Amen.
we could have a vote for
What?
him to get him back in, I would vote for his ass in a heartbeat and proudly.
I have a hat, John, that says "Make Obama president again." I'm gonna wear it and put it on show discussion.
Outstanding, outstanding. There you go. I'd wear that hat. Make Obama president again.
I'm gonna
That
wear it
would
for my
save this
brother.
country. Because right now, what we
Amen.
have is a bumbling idiot that gets up to, I don't know, is he on today? They were waiting on him when we
Yeah,
started
he's
this
on
show.
right now.
He's on there right now babbling shit.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
shitting me? You know, it's going to be an
He
hour,
talked
2
for
hour.
2 hours.
Yeah, yesterday was an hour and 45 minutes of listen to how great I am. You know, it's just
Did
pure
you take notes,
bullshit.
John?
It is just bull. Hey, she can't talk, but yeah.
I hope you took
Yeah.
Well,
notes,
I'm pretty
John.
sure she's watching on YouTube, and if I do that, we will lose one spot and may
Oh, we
lag
do?
a little bit.
Okay, then let me just say it. Hello, Deborah Gerlach. How are you doing, darling? I know you can't talk yet. I'm encouraged by the post I've been seeing. Yep, it's coming right back. You haven't lost the stride, baby. And I'm waiting for you to be able to come back in the room and give us a verbal update. But Deborah, take care of yourself. That's it. Just take care of yourself, baby. Make sure you get back. We're all waiting to hear your wisdom. Anyway, as we were saying,
Well, we got to get to the mail-in vote because we're not going to be able to
Yeah.
go to the machines.
Hey,
we're
I
not. No, we can't go to the machines, y'all. We
Yeah.
got to vote from home. Send everybody a ballot.
I wanted to bring to somebody's attention. Maybe you guys know about it.
Hmm.
I read that if the Postal Service does not get any help from Congress by June, they're going to shut down. Is that true?
I have not heard that, but I would not doubt it. You know, my mailman Bear, who is just a tremendous guy. He lets me know, gives me a heads up, so I don't have to drive. You know, the 35 miles it's going to be there and back, just to go look at my mailbox. uh, he got instructions on how to keep his truck clean. He should, sanitize his hands often. They gave him a whole list of shit to do. Did they give anything to do it? No. And right now, where are you going to find hand sanitizer? Really? You ain't going to find it nowhere. You're not going to find sanitizing wipes at the store. It's damn near, I don't know where you live, but where I live, ain't a store you go around in here got any of that stuff in it. You can find bleach I can find bleach, but you don't want bleach, all over the place if you can use something else that's handy. But maybe that's what it's going to take. But I worry about him.
The PPE.
Yes. Basic
PPE, man.
Yeah, we're talking about gowns, gloves, masks. You wouldn't think that something as simple as that would pose a risk to our healthcare service, but it does. Just those simple things. Of course, it ain't Donnie's fault because, he was left with empty shelves and no bullets either. You can ask one of our favorite generals, which will never be disclosed, that we had no bullets. You freaking ass morons if you believe that
but
shit.
He sent 18 tons to China.
Yes, he did. Yeah, at the start of this. I'm telling you.
February the 6th.
That
February
right,
the 6th.
right there, that move, if you just take a look at, yes, he sent supplies over to China. Why? Oh, because they're in the middle of a, what? Pandemic? In their middle of a crisis, of a virus that is spreading fast. Wouldn't that give you a little heads up? Okay, maybe I better listen to the briefing they just gave you and do something. But no, that was the headline on one of the pages. Was the wasted 2 months. 2 months. We've had over 9,000 deaths in 1 month. This month. If we would have started this shit back in February, if we would have locked down then, when the first cases showed up in Washington State, we knew what was going on. It's the COVID-19, it's the coronavirus. It's spreading bad. We got a lot. Washington and California now stand as the two states that are an example of doing the proper thing at the right time. While Donnie Dickhead piddled around with all sorts of excuses and made jokes about it on Fox News and went to his rallies and laughed about it and just called it another way the Democrats are trying to get to me, because that's what it's all about. It's sickening.
Shit. It is.
This shit.
Yeah, Trump's on TV right now bragging about how he just bought 29 million hydroxychloroquine pills.
He's still pushing that medicine. Dr. Quack is out there
Good
pushing
Lord.
That ain't that some shit. That would be like me coming on TV if I could get on TV and telling the whole public, get you some heroin because I think it works. I think you can just go buy you a shit of it and shove it in your arm. And would they stop me from that? Fuck yeah, they would.
Yeah, that's the banner on
what?
CNN and MSNBC right now. Said the hydroxychloroquine pills that Trump somehow miraculously got his hands on 29 million of them.
Boy,
hey, maybe
don't
if
take
he's
this
saying that.
I guarantee you we paid a pretty
Really?
price from probably one of his buddies who just
Probably that Russian
probably a
airplane.
Kushner.
I
Yeah.
forget who, but a couple people on his cabinet.
That little slime bucket.
Isn't that the same pill that killed that couple out in Colorado?
Hang on, did I hear Jen
Yeah,
say
that's
something
what I
a
thought,
second ago?
No, I didn't say anything. Never mind.
Okay.
I just think that's pretty sad, man.
Maybe if he says this drug long enough and he pushes it and people keep hearing it, maybe they'll all go for it. Fuck what the doctors say on his team. I guess it doesn't matter. They say it over and over again. It has to go through trials and everything else. But Trump has to keep contradicting them. It's all about Trump now,
Yep.
don't you know?
Mr. Food Bucket guy nowadays, the one that went to prison for cheating a bunch of Christians out of their money. Well, just
Mr.
wait, baby.
PTO
He's
club
back
guy,
with the
yeah.
Lord's blessing, and he's coming at you right now with some silver solution. And this here will chase the demons right out of yourself. if you just buy it in the Lord's name, send me a check. Yeah.
John, you
like,
look like a
like
candidate.
snake oil,
I'm
like
telling
the snake oil salesman back
That's
in the 1800s.
exactly
man.
what he is. Him
God
and this.
damn.
There's some preacher that shit he was talking about a little while ago who chased the demons of coronavirus out of his church.
Yeah.
A big one out in California. Oh,
that-
my God.
Penny Copeland.
You know.
Penny Copeland.
Yes, that's him.
Oh.
Copeland. The guy that needed another aircraft, another big jet, besides the one he already owned, because he got a good deal from
I
it.
need-
Oh,
I need a new
Yeah,
car.
that was cool.
no shit.
Yep,
Just,
that's
you know.
Copeland.
I could never see myself ever stooping so low to the point of using a national tragedy to trick people into sending money or putting them into a position where they're unsafe, like go to church. You know,
Yeah,
it's
to
like
line
if
your
you want to
pockets
pray
with it.
and you want to be close with, you know,
With
your God,
with your
you
God.
can do that at home with your
Oh,
family
yes,
in a
it's-
safe
Yeah, I
place.
could do it every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I think it says it somewhere
I
in
could
the
do it
Bible.
every day.
You don't
Trump has
need to
good
go to
idea
a
as far as
church.
This is concerned.
You know.
What was that, Jen?
Trump has a good idea as far as this is concerned. You see, the religious right has been a thorn in his side through his whole thing, and the more of them he gets to go to church, the more are going to die, and that'll be easier for him then.
Honestly,
Yeah.
nothing would surprise me
not-
anymore with him.
I would
Jen.
not be surprised if that's in his plan. Sanseli Vance donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Love you all." Hey, Sansella, baby, we love you back. And that's the way this family works. We appreciate that, bub, tremendously. And we do. We love you back. Every member of this family becomes more and more precious every day. I try to keep up with the chat that flies by over here, and I'm just glad to see people talking to each other. That means a lot. That means more to me than anything else that we do. Although I did have a great idea of we were going to have a cappella night, meaning, that I would sing something a cappella, and then one by one we would bring people down in from the Blue Room, and you would have to sing your favorite song or the song that you knew the best in a cappella.
That'd be awesome.
That would be fun, but I don't think we can do it.
Nope.
We'll get copyrighted smacks.
Mhm.
So if you came on,
That sucks.
Unless you make your own
shit.
song.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if you did your own karaoke or did music that's not in the hands of copyright holders, then yeah, that'd be fine. But no, it's just ever since I've seen people get in trouble for just humming the tune of a very, specific song,
Sit back right now, tell
So-
tale of faithful.
Yeah, let's not test it.
Dun, dun, dun,
If we hadn't gone through YouTube jail that one time
There
for
was a
3 months, I
storm.
wouldn't be as concerned. But
You're
nowadays, I
once
know not to
bitten,
tempt
twice
them ever
shy,
again.
right?
Yeah,
You're
we
once
like
bitten,
that
twice
hurt.
shy.
3 months we were off of YouTube, and it
And-
bothered the shit
And
out
keep
of us.
in mind, like, I don't like to be the bad guy here going, no, you can't have this
But
fun
he is in
idea.
this situation. That's not me.
Yeah. I have to. But Dad gives me that look of, you're just trying to not let me do it. It's
I
like,
just want to have fun.
I'm just
The
trying to
party
keep
just
our
thought it
best
would be
interest at heart here.
So we got to think of something else. And as a family, Travis and I were talking because we haven't done the Two for Blue yet because it's hard to do right now. So what we were trying to do is to find an appropriate way to direct to a charity, someplace that we know we could send to that would be, what was
Yeah,
that?
something to fight off the COVID-19
Yes.
epidemic. So if anybody knows of any great charities, please leave them down in the comments, and I'll be going through them later. And that's what we're going to do to replace the Two for Blue.
And-
But that being said, though, we're still, sticking by what we've been saying for the last few weeks. If you got a few bucks, give it to a food bank in your area
Yeah.
or shelter or something.
Yeah.
Volunteer your time if you can and you are in good health.
Or just turn on your computer and sing a song to somebody.
Yeah, talk to people who are in isolation, because isolation is not fun. We don't, we want to make sure we check on each other and make sure we're all doing fine. And,
Hey, somebody pass the old bat with 2 cats of joint. Somebody pass, puff, pass. Who's holding it? Man, somebody's out there holding
Someone's
the joint. Sorry,
being
baby.
rude.
Somebody's being rude. Somebody's out there hugging it. But that's okay, because they can always roll another one, just like the other one. you've been hanging on to. I won't sing it.
You
I won't
sense
sing
that,
it, but I
John.
just sang it, so. God
Oh,
damn
look,
it.
Diana Mallory. How you doing, darling? Diana Mallory is the benefactor of our gong, is where our gong came from. She gave birth to our gong.
John,
Yes, ma'am.
after your previous comment just now about little marijuana here and there,
Yes.
you all remember the song "Illegal Smile"?
An illegal smile.
Yeah.
I have to confess I don't.
Dun 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 dun. The Illegal Smile. Well, that was written by John Prine, who has now got COVID.
Yes, I knew he didn't pass yet, did he? I mean, yet, listen to me. I thought he did. Did he not?
I have not heard
Oh,
one
Lord.
or the other yet.
I knew he
I
had
didn't
it.
see.
I knew he had
Did
it.
Sandman get bumped? Did he get bumped off again, guys? I don't see him on.
Oh, thank you for pointing it out. Hang on, I'll
Who?
get him.
Who?
Sam, I got booted. But hey, read that thing really quick.
Oh, Diana Mallory donated $10 to Super Chat and said, thumbnail correction has incompetence will cost more lives. Remember in November, Donnie lied and people died.
They don't
Don-
get it.
fuck Donnie. And so saith Diana Mallory. And she said, fuck Trump right here. Right here. Live. Right here. Fuck Trump. And the horse he rode in on.
You know what, John?
What's that,
This
bub?
shit has done pissed me off. You know what?
You're in good company, brother.
I'll make a case that this pandemic has showed America that we Medicare for all.
We need health care for all.
I don't care what anybody says.
No, because it matters to most of us. And it should matter, even if it was a broken bone. It should matter to all of us that the person that needs the medical help gets that help as much as the rest of us. The least of us should be treated equally along with the best of us. Whatever that means, the least and best. What the fuck does that mean? In medical terms, it means squat, nothing. In this pandemic, this disease points that out so vividly. Doesn't matter if you're wealthy, doesn't matter if you're a star, a politician, or a homeless guy. It doesn't matter. When you show up at the hospital, we should all expect the same treatment. And nobody should be picking who lives and who dies over this shit. We should have been prepared much better than what we were.
And those in the medical field should not be choosing. You're feeling like they are at risk to their family and to themselves going to work, trying to save everybody. So, yeah, it's just
They're saying they're doing that because they don't have enough supplies. They don't have enough ventilators and stuff.
Yeah,
They
because
should never be in that situation in the first place.
yeah.
I want to thank you. I want to thank this family for continuing to grow. Neil Pepper donated $2 New Zealand through Super Chat and said, love your work. Be safe, y'all. A concerned Kiwi. So saith Neil Pepper, baby. We appreciate that tremendously.
Thank you.
Knowing that your voice is going that far. 087 Male donated $5 and say, stay strong, guys. Love from Ireland.
God damn.
Look at a bit of the Irish here with us. I'm telling you, maybe this is a worldwide family. My heart goes to your heart. It doesn't matter where we are. Boundaries are shit. When it comes to human race, when it comes to society, we should give a shit about each other. Old Bat with 2 Cats just donated $15 through Super Chat and said, boomers for Bernie, fuck Trump. I'm sorry, she didn't say that. She said truck frump.
Same thing.
Who's Fump? Who's Fump? Truck Fump. Who the fuck is that? Fuck Trump, I think is what she meant.
The latest I could find out on John Prine is 2 days ago that he was still in critical condition and his family was at his side.
It doesn't matter if you're a world-renowned songwriter, singer. It doesn't matter if you own the freaking company that produces the vaccine. And it doesn't matter if you're an American or a Chinese or New Zealander or an Irishman.
Irelander's kind of a
my mouth.
cool
I'm sorry.
quote.
Yeah, it doesn't. You know what? You know what cures that? You know what cures that shit?
I can only guess one thing. Really quick, let's welcome
Irish whiskey.
Really quick, let's welcome Velda to the call. How are you doing, Velda?
Oh, I'm doing good. I got 10 dozen eggs. Who needs any?
Oh, darling. I'm afraid to take that chance again.
I've been trying to give them away.
087 male, baby, a good Irish toast to your, good Irish whiskey to you, buddy. Medicinal purposes.
Sounds good.
In a shot glass from Tammy Ames.
You're prepared, John. I love it.
Irish whiskey from Chris Kloss. Woo!
You were talking about the people that are going and helping all the people that are sick, the nurses and the doctors. There was a nurse that contracted the coronavirus.
I do that too. Go ahead.
And she couldn't take the guilt because she wondered how many people she had given the coronavirus by working with the people and catching it and not knowing that she caught it because she couldn't get tested, and she ended it.
Dang.
And how many other people are out there that are doing the same? You know?
Yeah, I saw somebody
We
else.
are miles behind on this testing shit. Miles behind.
Yeah.
And you heard the other day that, when the president is tested, he gets one of them 15-minute tests. They know in 15 minutes. They know anybody comes around him. I'll give you a little test. We're going to know in 15 minutes. Most of the people in this country getting tested are waiting 8 or 9 days to get the results. So, for a week, you just kind of waiting around hanging. Do you have a cold or do you have this? Or you have allergies? Or are you sick on something else? Or do you have COVID-19?
Right.
We're doing a piss poor job of the testing.
Well, I mean, even in our city alone,
Yep.
We're up to 50.
We're up to 50?
We're up to
total.
50 here in Corpus.
And how many tests have we done out of the 300-something thousand people who live in the city alone?
Not
I think 200?
Not near as much.
Like, are you shitting me? Come on.
That's what the whole thing is. Are you shitting me?
Yep.
As he sits up there at that podium and tries to blame everybody but him, everybody, I don't give a shit how far back you have to go with something. It's somebody else's fault but Donnie's. He's a lackluster little pissant who just is so vain that he would not accept responsibility for a damn thing, whatever it is. It's your fault that it happened.
Well, he has to keep that I'm perfect reputation. That's
I'm
why
a very
he's doing
stable
that.
genius.
Yeah.
That kind of bullshit. I got the
You know, John, we have a
know
health.
what fixes that?
What?
No,
Stop interrupting, Dad.
I'm sorry, Belda. Go ahead.
Anyways, we have a gal that comes in and helps us.
Yes, ma'am.
A health aide. Okay. And she goes home to her family. He works someplace else, and he comes home to the family. Now, you would think that she would be tested periodically while working with senior citizens with compromised immune systems.
Well, in a
real life world.
In a real life world, we would be doing that. We would, we would be prepared for this kind of thing, more so than what we were. I'm not going to throw rocks because we weren't perfectly situated for something like this, for a pandemic to strike. We should have been, but we weren't. But the degree to which we weren't, and the things that this man has done that he can't shove off on anybody else. Nobody disbanded the disease office on the pandemic office in the National Security Council. He did that. He knew back in January he was briefed on this shit. He knew then and didn't do anything.
From what I from the things I was reading, he had word of it back in December.
Yes, that's what I've heard, as early as November.
Yep.
You have to remember that when we first started seeing these stories coming out, out of In those stories, when the news leaves your country and ends up in another country, there have been so many mistakes in this on a global level. That's how come I say it's important to me that this family grows not only within our own borders, but within around the world. Because what happens here happens everywhere. What happens here affects somebody else, whether it be in commerce, whether it be in health. Climate change, global warming. It's going to affect all of us, and it's fucking coming. The best thing for climate right now is a pandemic that forces us all off the streets. Dennis told us the other day that the river in San Antonio is running clear. My God, are you shitting me? Yeah, because there's not boats running up and down it all day taking tourists, and people throwing shit in the river, and
John, he wants us to be like an island, and like we're an island to ourselves. We don't want anybody involved, but you can't do that to a
if you
pandemic.
take
This
that
virus
attitude, America first, America only.
Right.
You're condemning, society itself globally, and a pandemic points that out. If we can't help each other during a situation like this, if it's all just for yourself and fuck everybody else, then just like the history books teaches, all great societies will fail. They'll fall upon themselves. We will destroy ourselves. We don't want that shit. Because we have smart people.
The thing too is, John, is how a lot of the nation they remember years ago they used to look to the United States to be a leader.
Yes.
They can't do that now.
No.
They don't know what the hell Trump's going to do.
There's no leader here.
No.
They can't look to America as a shining city on the hill anymore. Hell no, they look at us like a barbed wire surrounded compound now. With a bunch of racists holding signs at the borders saying, whoever you are, stay the fuck out.
The ones that got my heart the most are the ones that are caught in the concentration camps on our border in the cages. What are they doing for these people?
Think about this man ever since he has been in this office, the crisis that we have faced. The degradation to our own humanity in this country. To be a civilized, benevolent society. That's what I was raised to believe that we were a benevolent nation, that we had a concern not only for our own citizens, but the humanity around the world. That's what the words John Kennedy spoke to me when he spoke. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what you can. Whatever Joe Biden was. You know the word. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And we could expand that. Don't ask what the globe, the world can do for you. What can we do for the world? What can we do for our brethren across the waters that we don't see every day, but the air we breathe is the same air they breathe? It's a pipe dream, so to speak. No pun intended. It's what I refer to as a generational fight. We will not see what we want, what we desire in our lifetime. Our kids will not see what we desire in their lifetime. But it has to be a generational fight throughout history that will advance a civilization that we envision that is global and rises all boats. Anyway, that kind of stuff.
Travis, I see somebody said they want to get back in again. I don't know. It might be Sandman.
Yeah, but Sandman, if you're listening, he abandoned ship.
No.
He left this post a little while ago. I'm thinking about relieving him of his command, except I won't do that because there won't be nobody over there on the mixer and won't do that shit.
You won't know what the hell you're doing.
I won't know what the hell I'm doing. No, he returns now just in time, right before I made him walk the plank. Anyway, we missed you.
Pick something up?
Yes, Jen, please.
Bill just mentioned the kids on the border who are being held in prison.
Yes.
I've come to know this young woman. Her name is Amanda. You can find her on Twitter. I put a post to her page in the discussion area. She is doing a project where she is taking quotes of the children and people who are down there that were gained through interviews and stuff when people were first let in to see how bad the conditions were. And each day, she does a different painting that kind of goes with the words that were spoken by some child. Some of these quotes are from 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
And some are from young adults.
Yeah.
All of them are profound and will absolutely crush your heart if you read too many at once.
I know it, baby.
And I just really want everybody to support her in what she's doing. It's marvelous. It's beautiful.
And you put the link in there?
Head, yeah, I did. Her head's in the right space. And we need people like her out there.
Where did you put it? In the show discussion on Discord?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm going to look for it. Can you tell the people, because you said she's on Twitter, can you let them know where we can...
Say her handle again.
Yeah.
Her handle is just Amanda.
At just Amanda?
That's in the link.
Okay, so at just Amanda.
Or
look for her on Twitter.
It's all in that link. If you click the link, you'll go right to her Twitter page.
You got it. I'm actually trying to find it in the show discussion.
There's I can't read that fast. Travis can read a lot faster than me, and it flies by, and he's over there moving it up and down.
Well, yeah, because I'm the one hunting for the link.
Yeah, everything I'm looking at is a blur. What does that say?
Oh wait, maybe we're
It's the bottom one. It's the last one posted.
Okay, there we go. Found it.
There it is. Just Amanda. Yeah. Because Twitter is a massive. Travis always means, Dad, you need to do more on Twitter. So short corpse is not my thing, I guess. But I should work on it. I should be better at that because it's a large audience. And New Zealand has 1,000 cases and 1 dead. Neil Pepper. Buddy.
Wow.
Let's hope it stays. For New Zealand, that's a lot, though. 1 dead is enough.
So, John, can I interject something real quick?
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay. A minute ago, you were talking about the testing and whatnot. And shortly after you said that, they had a little banner go across MSNBC saying that China had tested more people in the first week of them getting the coronavirus than we have since the inception here in this country.
I have no doubts.
And I'm sitting there shaking my head thinking to myself, okay, we're giving billions and billions of dollars to Wall Street and the banks and all these other things, but the Chinese are smart enough to give the money to the medical field to make tests. So if they can do it, why the hell can't we? We need to.
I ask that question myself all the time because, what the fuck is the delay? I'm seeing every other country. They always compare us to South Korea because we got it on the same day. On the exact same day that they reported their first case, we reported our first case. And the actions that they're
they're testing thousands and thousands times more than we are.
Yes, and getting the results back faster.
Exactly. Well, that's why their curve is going down and ours is going out the roof.
Yeah, because we don't know who has it because our freaking testing is just haphazard. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's
senators. The senators decided that they were going to give money to the banks and screw the people. I mean, they're doing things back asswards up there.
That's what concerned me on my opening remarks when I was talking about the thief that is in our house. This is a $2.2 trillion package that is turning into a $6 trillion package.
Yep.
Now, you try to figure out where those $6 trillion are going after you subtract the $250 billion that you're going to get, meaning us collectively as Americans. We're going to get $250 billion of it. Oh, that's a big number, John. Not when you break it down to $6 trillion. They're robbing us blind under the auspice of rally round the flag and save the corporations, baby.
Exactly.
Fuck the corporations.
And the banks are getting 5 times the amount of money than the medical people are. That's just goddamn wrong.
Yes, I've said that the same thing about our military personnel. Those people that we ask to put their life on the line have a tendency to be paid far less than others in our society. Teachers get paid less. Those that we rely on to give our children an education have less of a salary than a lot of freaking people, and most of them shit. It's So that's how come I write shit.
Yeah, but I saw that thing and I had to
When I
bring
get
it up to you
talking
because
about
it's like, get damn, they tested more in a week than we have since the
Yes.
beginning. That's fucked up. That's
It is
messed
It
fucked
is.
up. For being a powerful nation that we are, the industrial nation we are, the companies that we have, the technology that we have, yeah, it all comes at a price. And all of a sudden with this, it seems that when they keep talking about states are bidding for equipment, that they're bidding against the federal government, that they're bidding, meaning that whoever the fuck is owning that shit is accepting the bids. Oh, you want more? Wait a minute, they paid more. Fuck you. Okay, we're over here. Oh, they paid more over here. Fuck you. I'm over here. That's the kind of shit that kills populations.
When did we
Amen.
turn into a
Amen.
fucking auction house?
That's it.
Yep. Amen.
Our government now, and they changed the freaking wording
No.
on
Yeah.
the website about the National Reserves after
Hang on, good.
little prick boy got up there, Jared Kushner, the little other thief.
Card?
Yes, the one that's in charge of every freaking thing that comes up. You know why? Because he gets paid by the federal government for every title he gets. He's making money out the wazoo. Ivanka is making money out the wazoo. Kushner's family, all of a sudden, are in the medical business. Shit. That's because they can apply for all that money to save the corporations. Because if we don't have corporations, we don't have people. Fuck you. If that corporations die, what? Like I say, the airlines. Let them go bankrupt. Let them go out of business. The guy that owns the thing will be out of business. A new guy will come in and buy all them airplanes and figure out, hey, people want to fly again. That's the way you expect down here for us to behave. That the capitalistic system is down here at the bottom. Well, if your restaurant goes out of freaking business, too bad, it'll come back under another name. But if you're united, oh my God, we can't yet united fail. Why not? It come back as divided. Who gives a shit? It'll still be flying airplanes. Fucks.
I give a shit.
I do too. I give a rat's ass.
Money going to taxes.
Someone get you cranked up, John?
I know it, baby. I'm sorry. Calm me down.
John.
Yes, Bill.
Remember, I know you don't remember the Great 33, the big crash.
No, I don't.
But you know what? But
I know people who did.
That do.
That was good.
Right. But what I'm getting at is,
we're the same age. What?
what I'm getting at is, I know people
Yes,
that
yes.
have and have talked
Yes.
about it.
You know,
They ended up pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. This whole nation, after all the big wigs lost all their fucking money and killed themselves, it was the normal people of the United States that brought us back from the brink.
where you are now.
I will pull
Fuckers
myself
go.
out.
They're not there. They're
If they
not
would just
there
buy me a
now.
pair of boots.
What's that, Jen? What's that, Jen? Get you a pair of boots and you're going to
I
kick
would
whose
be
ass?
I said I'd be happy to pull myself up on my own bootstraps if somebody would buy me a pair of boots.
Just get me a pair of boots and now I'll pull myself, baby. And you know, the right just jumps on this and says, oh, that is socialism. Are you shitting me? They don't understand the words democratic socialism. They just associate the word socialism with communism and every demon you ever heard in your life. Little do they know the fire department is socialist, the police department, the road department, every freaking department that we have in this nation is socialist democracy. That's what it's for. Socialist is for the people. What we have now is corporate socialism. We give to the corporations the big trickle down theory, and you're poor, hungry,
John.
and needing a job, and that's what they want you to be.
Hey, John.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, John. Let me tell you something. You
What's
know
that?
what it is?
What's that?
They're not telling history, because if you don't tell history, you're bound to repeat
Oh,
it.
baby, yeah. But
I'm
we are
serious.
charged
They do
nowadays with
not
learning that
teach
history on your own. You should know. You should be knowledgeable about shit.
No.
In this day and age, you should check shit out. Well, it is.
The
It should be
teachers.
taught in our schools. And just think about this for a minute. Every school book in your district is approved by the state of Texas. That's right, baby. This state's we write the
John,
textbooks, baby. Our state
you
laws
remember-
apply to your textbooks.
You remember getting under the desk, John, for a nuclear bomb? You remember that?
I do indeed. duck and cover. Fuck yeah. Most of us that are our age, you remember that little drill. You know, I remember being very nervous during the Cuban Missile Crisis. My dad was in the Navy. I was well aware. You know, my dad gets on that destroyer-looking thing, and badass looking until you look at it next to the other fucking ships, and that's a tin can, and that's what they call it. And go out to sea in that thing, and I was always proud of my father. He served for 21 years, and he lived
That's
through some
great.
shit. He lived through shit because
That's
when
great.
I went in, I was getting paid shit. What we asked.
You know
those
what? They don't pay them.
No.
You know,
No, and
ain't
relatively
no
speaking, they're not
veteran-
getting anything better nowadays.
There ain't no veteran
No.
should go homeless.
No.
None. Zero.
No, I'm right there with you, Sam, man.
No.
None. But that's not the
None.
society we live in. We live in
Zero.
a society that we have been taught that this system of ours, this capitalistic system, pull yourself up by the boot. Everybody could be rich if they want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. And that's true in some situations. That's true in some lives. But it's not true in all lives because it depends on where you were born, what color you are, what religion you practice. It depends on the environmental around you that produces who
Right.
you are. And it doesn't matter if you're born here, if you're born in Europe, if you're born in Australia or Ireland or New Zealand, anywhere. India.
I do.
It doesn't
Ah,
matter
thing that-
where we're born. It's the humanity it's our character. In whatever language that is, that we treat our fellow man in a certain way. That we think about those around us, not as those that demand something from you, but those that you want to give something to. That you want to improve somebody else's life, because by doing that, it improves your life.
Right.
And that's what, this, in my own mind, the utopia that I dream of one day in some future universe, if we fucking live, that's what it would be. Yeah. That it doesn't matter where you are.
Boy,
who you
that-
are.
That orange-haired dotard's still on. I heard him saying something
Really?
about
He's
fake
still
news.
on? No
Yeah.
shit.
Boy,
Oh, yeah.
almost
Oh,
2
my
hours.
God.
2 freaking hours.
He's flapping his gums.
Every day it's a rally
It's
for
a
him.
record.
Yes.
It's a record.
Jesus, somebody on the press should just say, sir, please, just
Yeah.
shut up.
No,
Get out of here, please. We're all waiting
They
to
are
leave. We lost
cowards.
interest in you an hour ago. You won't answer anything. He won't answer anything anyway.
You know,
It's
I
somebody
Yeah,
else's
but
fault.
they-
That's what the answer is.
They coward.
Press corps needs to
Coward.
just stand up and walk out.
Well, Marcia and I,
coward.
Travis and I, were
He's still pushing.
we
He's
were
still
talking a
pushing
while
that
ago. Nobody should show
unproven
up.
drug.
Nobody should show up. No cameras, no live feed, no reporters.
You know you need
No,
to go to
nothing.
Fauci. Go to Fauci.
Let the only one be
Interview
there would be
him.
Fox.
but let's be clear here. That'll never happen because
No.
regardless of whose side they're on, they know
No, because
they're
we
going to
have
get people
journalists-
watching it, and I mean, they want to report the news, yeah. But let's face it, every one of those press meetings that he does, they are totally raking in money because people are tuning in to listen to him and all that other shit. I can speak from experience. Yesterday, didn't watch the news one bit. And I was actually in a good mood and forgot about what's going on outside. I actually was not feeling anxiety yesterday.
Because
I actually-
How you did that?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
How you did that?
It was
how
not
you did
easy.
that.
It was not easy.
I can lose my
shit.
thought when I get out there messing with the plants.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
I'm
lose
promoting
mine.
this to everybody. Now and then, walk away from it all and just keep to
Yeah.
yourself.
You need-
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself
need to
doing
take a
something
break.
with,
Go out on your balcony and start singing a song and try to attempt to
get the whole
Right.
neighborhood in on
Shut
it.
the fuck up! Okay.
Hey, Travis, we can't do
I don't
that.
have a
We
balcony.
can't
I
do
have
that,
Route
Travis.
61 out in front of me.
Oh, I sing outside loudly.
He
I'm
does.
Sure,
Yeah, but
I'm sure some of my
Hey.
neighbors can hear me.
He
I
does,
don't really give a
like-
shit.
It's pretty spectacular.
It's for me. It is for me.
You gotta-
It is to lift my
Hey,
spirits.
hey.
I don't give a fuck what it does to him.
Hey, Travis, what you do is you wait until he starts singing and record him secretly. I want to hear that one.
Oh, I don't have to record it secretly. I just can't put it on
I'll start
YouTube.
singing right now.
He can go on
knows it's
Discord
good.
and sing all he wants. Y'all can have the karaoke parties like all you want on Discord.
Not
just
only
can't
songs,
do it on
There you
YouTube.
but you know, every one of us has those lines in a song that you know. You know, might not even know the whole song, but you know the general gist of it. And you know the main thing,
Well,
and the
yeah.
rest of it just
Well,
goes.
John,
well,
you know that my song is the theme song is Lord, it's hard to be humble.
Oh Lord, that's right. John F.
That's
Lies,
my-
it's hard to be humble. Diana Mallory just donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "I measure my wealth in love of family, and I am filthy rich. Love my family and my Blue Dot family, too."
Yeah.
So
Amen,
saith
Diana Mallory.
yeah.
Same here,
does, baby.
Diana.
She knows what to say. I'll tell you, she's right on.
She's a
Yes,
smart woman.
sir.
She got me to go.
Damn,
I love
Donnie's
it.
still pitching that damn pill.
Are you
Jesus
shitting
Christ.
me? Is he? Doctor
still
Death?
alive.
Well,
Mouth is on
That's
the
just
top.
ridiculous.
He-
Somebody
he's
should
been
just stand
pushing
up
that
and say, you know,
shit.
you're not a doctor. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be telling people to go. And besides that, you know, that's going to create a rush on that drug, and the people that actually really need the drug ain't going to be able to get. They're already saying that. It's hard for
You
the
say
patients that are.
malpractice,
No
wrongful
shit.
death
Especially when
The
we got,
lawsuit.
Hey,
Sue his
we
ass.
got
I-
300,000
I'm
300,000 people have the virus and 10,000 people are dead, and he's still dicking around about a pill that kills people.
I'm on the suit.
I think
I'm on
Dr.
the suit.
Fauci, if Dr.
Well, t-
Fauci is probably so frustrated right now.
That guy,
No,
you know,
he
I feel bad for
I'm
him.
He
on
is
the
like-
suit, John. I'm gonna sue Fox.
on.
Good, do it, buddy.
Fox and
Yes.
Friends.
Yeah,
John.
Fox and
Yes, fella.
Friends
Hey,
and
buddy.
all of 'em.
Trump is like the guy in the movie theater,
Stop.
stands up and yells
Going
fire. Everybody
Going out.
stampedes out. People are killed.
Yeah, and
That's-
just so he can
that's
manslaughter. Make it to the concession stand without a line. That's
And
what- yeah.
it's called
That's what he was.
manslaughter.
He's an idiot. He's
Thank you,
and
Alexi.
he has been that way. You know, this is not new to any of us. We saw this when he first came in the door. He's a freaking idiot. He's stupid. He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to write. He says the wrong thing all the fucking time. He kisses up to the wrong people. We have watched this whole fucking charade pull out in front of us. I'm just sick of it. Every
You're
freaking
right.
day, there's not a damn thing he has done. Kids in cages.
Yeah.
Baby, whoever thought we would be that
Yeah.
low? Guess what?
Yeah,
Donnie
that's
took you there,
bullshit.
baby. And at about 30% of this country was okay with that. And that pisses
that's
me off.
right.
30% is too much. Way too much. Get back in
Well,
your
Donnie-
cockroach holes. That's where we want to send these people like that. Donnie brought them out of the woodwork, baby. Out under rocks and crevices and trash cans. The maggots, the worms, the cockroaches. Crawled out with their leader up in our house. Spouting racist shit. Saying stupid things. Dividing the country as much as he can. Promoting hate to our citizens. He is a disgusting scourge to this country. He is
And he's
he is the tragedy of this. And until we vote his ass out, until we remove the cause of the pandemic that he is, then not only us, but we endanger the world. We endanger our friends in New Zealand and Ireland.
Well, we already endangered them, John.
We
Yeah,
already do. With
Australia.
him being in our house, we endanger the world.
I
He's
hope this
talking war
election,
with
I hope
Iran
people-
right now. Are you shitting me? For what? For what?
That's what
The
he
cost
wants.
of oil to drive it up, baby, because it's going too low?
No.
It
ain't
doesn't take
because of
much
that.
to see
It's
how the world
'cause-
game is played with things sometimes. They're trying
Yeah,
to get
what
oil
was-
prices back up, baby, because, hey, there's money to be made. We can't make it at $20 a barrel. We
Was
make it
he
at
threatening,
$70 a barrel.
John, is he threatening a war again against Iran?
That's what the headline said a little while ago. In the middle of a pandemic, he's talking war with Iran. Yes, he's going
That's
to
a
puff up.
diversion. That's all it is.
You know,
He's
we have an
wrong,
aircraft carrier that had to pull off at Guam, and then let's fire the captain, who comes down with the disease that he got trying to save his crew. Let's crucify him, which I guarantee you, Fox Spews is doing. Rush Limp Dick will do. Tucker
I
Carlson,
got a problem with him.
Linger, whatever fucking name, Judge Wino. They'll all turn on
got a
any
problem
American
with him.
hero if they cross Trump. They'll
I
they'll
got a
they'll,
problem
they'll
with
step
him.
on this flag, baby. Those people, that anti-American puke shit you see over there, those are the people that will step on our flag, on our Constitution, on the rights of every American to glorify him. And I won't stand for it. I'll be here until we get that summit gone. I need a shave. Anyway, I had a good show.
Message.
What, Bella? A message from who?
From Bernadette.
All right. Where's Bernie?
She took a weekend off.
Good for her.
She was so wrapped up
Well,
in
she
all of
needs
this
to
shit.
go into her little Zen shed. She needs to relax
Yes,
in
she
her
did.
Zen shed and
I've
twist
been
up a
sending her
nice doobie
flowers
because where
and all
she
that
is,
kind of stuff.
yes. Chill out.
And
Listen
I
to a
know
little
she
music.
would want me to say this for her.
What?
Are you ready for what she would want me to
What
say
kind
for
of
her?
message would Bernadette send to the show that would be of such importance in getting the
This
message
might be
out? What
hard
was
to
that?
say, yeah.
What would that be?
Fuck Trump.
Did she say fuck Trump? She
She
said
would
fuck
fuck
Trump.
Trump.
Right here on this show again. I swear.
I think
These people,
John,
they say
I
it all the
think she
time,
oughta-
fuck Trump. They do. Ain't
yeah,
it
they
something?
had to put a patent on that.
Because we don't want any mistake of
Oh,
where we
Wayne
stand
says,
in
no,
this
no,
fight,
no, no.
baby.
Wayne says, don't do that. He says, don't do
Wayne
that.
Wayne
He
says
says,
what?
because don't do that. Don't fuck Trump.
Don't
Then
fuck
you'll
Trump?
have a lot of little
Oh,
fucklings running
God.
around the Trumps.
They'll look like orangutans.
Yes.
They'll look like orangutans. Anyway,
John said they look like orangutans.
well, that's what the story I heard. I heard that Trump was a offspring of an orangutan and his mother, and that's the story I heard. I'm sure you could Google that story and find some kind of relation. I can't. I'm not saying it's a
No,
fact.
everything on
It's
the internet is
people
true.
are saying. People are saying, and I've heard things, and that's what I tend to believe. So,
Hey, John.
Nobody lies on the internet. It's all true.
nothing else makes any sense. That makes a little sense.
Hey,
Huh.
hey, John. Maybe Trump is not even an American citizen like he called Obama.
Huh. Somebody ought to
That
look
could
into
be.
that shit.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
See if his birth certificate says
Yeah.
he's
Not
American.
only that, I want to see his college grades too. From the
Yeah.
Wharton School of Finance.
his
Go
taxes.
pricks.
I want to see his high school grades too.
Yeah. He paid for all of them. I guarantee you his ass. The only reason he got through any school was because they paid him off. He was a spoiled little rotten brat when he was young. When he was a little kid, he thought he was that's the way he was brought up, to think that he is the best all-around kid there was. And that's what he
Hasn't
still
he
thinks.
been married?
Thinks he's a
Hasn't he
very
been
stable
married?
genius.
Has he been married 3 times or 4 times?
Three times, yeah.
So he flunked out
Yeah,
of 2 marriages.
Three marriages, 5 kids.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah.
he even went to public school. He probably went to private school, don't you think?
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what
There you go.
he went to a military school. Yeah, his daddy got rid of his ass and shipped him off to a military boarding school.
And it didn't do any good anyway.
That's the rich way of saying, get that freaking brat out of my house. Ship him somewhere. And, at the time he was complaining about bone spurs, he was also playing tennis. He was on the baseball team. He was running all over the freaking place, and it didn't bother him then. You fuck. Anyway, I'm glad everybody stopped in. I want to thank everybody for being on the show. Bill Jones, appreciate it. Jen, always a pleasure to have you here, baby. Always, your voice is always.
May I make
Welcome,
one
man.
last comment?
Sure.
I just posted 4 of John Prine's best pieces, and I'm just encouraging everybody who thinks they haven't heard of him to go listen, because you probably have heard of him before.
You have, but
He's great, and he is so worth the time to look up the lyrics and read the lyrics, because he is just brilliant with words.
it's
Um,
songwriters
been-
like him that
he used to do shows in Milwaukee in the early days, and I've seen him in lots of small bars and stuff like that. And I've been a fan since '71.
he's been around a while. He's given us
This
lots
one's
of.
actually kind of personal.
Well, good. You know, we all have that. Every one of us has a song, our favorite song, whatever it is. But we have a song that speaks to who we are, or who we want to be, or the world that you would like. You know, we all have those songs in us, and we get those through people like John Prine, through songwriters that put their feelings in their vision into songs and words and poems. Oddly Wired does a damn good job of it in our own family. We have John H. Lawrence here that is a wonderful T.W. Travis who sings. Bernadette, who makes a hell of a damn fine magic potion that's what I declare it to be. But
She does.
yeah. Oh, there he is. Right there. Anyway, I want to thank. Who did I miss? Wait a minute. It's covered up. I can't see.
Yeah, hang on
I
one
was
second.
blind.
I was just sending people over on YouTube an invite to join our Discord page, because that way you can check out the links that Jen posted of John Prine's
There
music.
you go.
And also to continue the conversation after the show.
And again, I invite everybody to go to Discord. It's an app easily downloaded, and then you have to go through the minefield to get in here. I don't know how to. Travis made it easy. There's a link under the show that you can. That's how we found Sandman tonight. We just jerked him out of the sky, baby. He was there. Next thing you know, he's on the air. We want you to come by and join the conversation. Make a friend. The same thing that we see in our Facebook family, our YouTube family, we see here in our Discord family. It continues to grow, and that just continues to warm my heart. So yeah, it's a big thing that we got going on here. And it doesn't grow because of me. It grows because of y'all. And I want to thank you for that. Anyway, all that mushy shit. That's it. That's all we got.
You also got to thank John I. Fly and Velda for coming in.
Oh, I'm sorry. John I. Fly? Oh, you let him in there? Oh, yeah, that's right. We let John I. Am. We invited John I. Am. We're glad to have him in next time. And,
Man, the abuse I have to put up.
And the abuse that you have to put up with here, buddy. You love every minute of it. Anyway,
Yeah,
and Velda, our own Velda, our moderator, we appreciate her so much. And thank you for keeping us in touch with everybody else.
No problems.
All right.
And goodbye, everybody.
That's
we'll
it.
talk to you later.
That's it. Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all later. We'll be here again on Tuesday night for another family meeting. Monday, I'll try to come up with something. Let's see how tomorrow goes. It's, you know, rants are almost difficult to do because I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I hate him. I want to grab that doll and just beat the fuck out of it for 15 minutes and just look at the camera and go, that's how I feel. Anyway, one way or another, I'll be here. What's that?
Tell you in a little bit.
Okay.
I got an idea for you.
We're going to go up to the Blue Room and visit everybody up there. We thank everybody for coming in. Again, if you'd had the Discord, you'd be up in the Blue Room right now, and we'll all go up there and have a big chuckle and shit for a while up there. Anyway, I love this family. I love everybody in this family. It grows every day, and y'all warm my heart, so do the best thing you do. Warm somebody else's too. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see y'all later. Bye now.